What is up, everybody? Help me, Keith, help me. I'm stuck in a well.
I'll be there.
Dun, 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 dun. Pow.
I realized while I was doing like my flying thing that it wasn't
Yeah.
looking too good, so I had to.
Yeah. So you had to take your tiny mustache off, and
Yeah. I was like, I'm. Wait, because I'm sitting, it
it's
doesn't.
so weird how like things that you never thought would come back have come back, and then like just weird movements are all of a sudden.
Yeah, I'm not.
God
I was trying to imitate flying people. Jesus Christ. I realized that while I was doing it, I was like, I got to do two hands. This is bad.
I don't know. Similar thing I've noticed where I'm doing hand gestures that are like, well, I can't do that.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
Can't do that anymore. That means something again. So we're here to talk about comic books.
Yes.
Which is basically how fucking crazy our current reality is. But yeah, so we went back to Mile High Comics.
Yes, after
the tried and true.
After a disappointing trip to Second and Charles.
And educating. We're like, okay, well, we learned.
We know what that is
need
now.
To go there
we don't ever have to go there again,
unless like you're picking up a birthday gift and want to check out comics. But yeah, Mile High Comics, the largest comic book store in the world,
where they put shit in sections with names on it.
It's amazing. It's like just a giant. It's the warehouse district in Denver. It's like this giant warehouse.
It's just a huge warehouse.
Like a Costco-sized warehouse. Half of it's blocked off because it's like
inventory.
It's the comic book version of the end of the first Indiana
Raiders
Jones.
of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, and but then I mean this was definitely more packed with stuff on the customer side than usual.
Today,
which is crazy. They're like, we know where they just went, so let's blow it out for them.
Like right when you walked in, there was 2 or 3 tables of all long boxes. It was like, we just got back from Vegas and looked through this shit before we sort it out.
Yeah,
and it was,
which kind of makes sense why, because like the dollar comics that when you first walked in, that was like. Normally, it's kind of off to the right a little bit by the graphic novels. You have all the indie comics and like cheaper, big name ones. But yeah, it wasn't like categorized like these are the DC comics, these are the Marvel comics, these are the Image comics, these are the Dark Horse comics.
They were still set. It was still set up in that order ish.
Yeah, it was very. It's very much like they just got back from
somewhere,
some kind of convention.
Yeah,
and they still had their shit.
Well, it said they just got back from Vegas, so
yeah.
I assume Vegas.
Yeah. So
and the owner was there, and I kind of called it when we got there. I was like, "Wow, there's a very nice vehicle out here." I was like, "I wonder if it's the owner's." And sure as shit, it was the owner,
or it could have been the people he was meeting with.
Maybe.
I don't know what they were doing.
Well,
he was giving him a tour.
Yeah, and here's the funny thing, the tour
kind of looks like Willie Nelson. Like if Willie Nelson was into comic books,
he's also a drag queen.
Okay, well. I didn't know that.
They have drag shows.
Queen.
No, he doesn't. But like,
he's got like but I mean, with the long hair, I could see how he could easily. But he's got the facial hair, right?
Shaves it for it.
Okay. So, but he had facial hair today, though.
Yes.
Yeah. You've seen him
on that comic
show.
Trips.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: he gave them a tour.
Yeah.
Like he was giving them a tour, and I could overhear him saying, line for line.
Like he's done that tour before.
He gives that tour like it's a fucking like he's a person that's on like a bus that's like gives the same fucking spiel.
That's good. Like I'm sure he's done it a bunch of times, so that's what you do. Like if you were to come in and see me selling,
but it was
TVs,
weird. It was like line for line. I even heard him tell a joke, and it was like the same joke. I was like, that it's just like on repeat,
dude. I worked with people in sales. Do Mike Ewing. He would talk with his hands a lot of the time. We could stand on the other side of the department. Can't hear anything.
Me about that and know exactly what he was saying.
Would have people. He would have so many old people surrounding him because he was old, so they thought he was way smarter than us younger people. And he kind of knew his shit. But yeah, it's like, and he would have his if you could hear him, he had all the same spiels for everything.
My grandpa was one of those guys that always had the same lines. And
it's
stuff.
like you're running, and it's kind of like. it's a gimmick in a way because they're the biggest comic book store in the world.
Yeah.
So it's like going to, there's shows that are made of like those kind of weird oddity locations, weird museums.
There are comic
Like the
book
Toenail.
conventions that are smaller than that place.
Oh yeah. It's giant. I mean, it's literally like if you go into a Costco or any like warehouse store, Home Depot or something like that. But then it's like the steel doesn't go all the way to the roof, but it's like full of comic books in boxes usually, and then their display shelves actually display comics, which is nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah, so we went back there, and it was a nice feeling. A lot to look at. We were there for like an hour and a half or so.
Yeah.
Like you could spend all day there.
My eyes started to hurt.
Yeah. I was just standing on concrete again. Like I used to work on that shit, standing for 8 hours a day on just concrete.
That's what I do.
Yeah. It's not good. It's not good. But yeah. So we were there for a while and we picked up some shit. So why don't you start?
All right.
You got more overall.
I think.
I mean, I only got like 4 different chunks.
Typical me. I just went for
Typical Keith.
Typical Keith. I just went for shit that looked fun.
Yeah.
And then some shit that I really wanted. So let's start off. I picked up Soviet Super Soldiers #1. I like the old school looking feel of the art on the front, and since we're who knows going to war with Russia soon anyway, I figured it'd be ironic.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. It's like some weird shit that you never thought would come back. Like the #1 villain in 80s movies, action movies, were Russians.
And then it went to people from the Middle East.
And it's
now,
kind of still been the Middle East.
Yeah, but I think Russians are on the comeback.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're in the news a lot.
So are like weird gestures from World War II. it's like, yeah, it's a weird like remix reality we're in, and like all the movies are remakes of shit.
Now,
all right. So the next one,
this
Defenders of the Earth.
I don't know. I recognized the Phantom and Flash Gordon. And I know these guys are like original like comic strip,
like OG. Are you saying
like old school OG? And I don't know. I'd just never seen it. It was it's their #1, but in whatever year this is, like early '80s. Star Comics, but put out by Marvel. Yeah. But I thought I'd give it a read. Plus, I like the cover. I do looks like the classic villain.
Yeah. There we go.
What do you got?
So you were kind enough to, when we did go to the other one, what was that one called? 26 and
Second Charles.
Second and Charles. Why do I keep thinking 26? Because Charles makes me think of 6 for some reason. I don't know why. I'm just saying. But yeah, so Punks, you got 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Yeah, so that's uno y dos. And the artwork, interior artwork, which I haven't actually looked inside of these. I mean, the exterior is very much kind of telling, which is nice because sometimes you look inside a comic and it's like completely different interior art. But the interior is kind of like cut and paste, old school, Photoshoppy. And also very much the style of many punk posters.
Yeah.
I haven't read any of them yet. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to... Hopefully they're good. I mean, I love the style. So, thank you for that. And there's a lot to read, I just noticed. Bam! But it's cool. It's, like, super stylized. I love this. Like, I really dig the style. So this is the, I want to say that's the 3rd one. And yeah, this is the 4th one. And there's different covers for the whole series.
There's different covers for every goddamn thing on. So this looks like you got 2 different, 2 of the same style covers.
Yeah.
And the first 2 look more like 2 of the same variant style.
Yeah, they're definitely different which I think I just liked these two more than I don't remember. I can't even remember what the different, because they had the different versions for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, the third one, I had to look up on my phone because it doesn't say it anywhere on the front. I couldn't find it anywhere, but I found it's the third one. Actually, I don't think they had a different version of the third one. I think they had a couple of the ones that you gave me, and then... But yeah, so we went to the biggest comic book store in the world, and I picked up two more of a series that only goes to 5, and then there's a special edition, kind of like a Law Dog and Grimrod kind of a spin-off. So those were... I'm looking forward to reading them. I hope they're good, but it's a short series, so if they're not...
Yeah.
Aesthetically, they're awesome to have.
Yeah, still, for the artwork alone.
Yeah, for sure.
I picked up Mr. Miracle #1 from 89. I always liked the character.
What's Mr. Miracle's deal?
He's
a dude. He's a mister.
Yeah.
Not a sister.
Him and his chick, Big Barda.
Okay.
He's like a magician type character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, I liked the character from pretty much seeing him in a cartoon once.
Okay.
I should put it that way.
All right.
I'm like, because they gave him like a backstory.
So what's his superpowers though?
I think magic and like,
he's like
strong and fucking.
Like he guesses cards and pulls rabbits out of things
right now.
I'm just
guessing.
I mean, Miracle. The thing with Miracle makes it seem religious.
No, he's not.
You know, I mean, that's what
he's
it
not
seems
Mr.
like.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know, but miracles are it's like what they call magic in the Bible. Or weird coincidences. But okay, cool. Miracle.
Yeah. Mr. Miracle.
Mr. Miracle.
Boom.
Is that the first one? Or is it just a...
It's just the first in probably this series of, like, I'm sure it's not like his first fucking comic ever.
It's not a #1? You didn't just score a great deal?
Oh, no, out of the dollar bin?
Mint.
Oh, sweet.
Semi-mint.
Yeah.
I don't know how they rate them.
I totally picked this up just because it's ridiculous. And a Max. Look at the dude is wearing a lion's head.
Right.
You see, and the things that they're on are vehicles made to look like
Kind of looks like Voltron. Is Voltron? Yeah, Voltron.
It's not Voltron.
Kinda? Yeah, but it looks like the feet.
Kinda.
That's what it makes me think of.
But they're vehicles, and the man is it's ridiculous, and it was $1, and I like the cover.
Yeah.
And we'll do another one.
All right.
The Joker's daughter. I really just picked this up. I'm not a huge DC or Batman. Like, none of my collection is that, but
right.
She's literally holding the face of the Joker on her face.
Yeah, it's like Face Off.
Yeah, except it's just like she's got it draped there like a
Silence of the Lambs.
like a washcloth, and
Silence of the
more
Lambs.
like a Silence of the Lambs type.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
Yeah,
Daddy's girl.
It was in the dollar section. It's in
It's
perfect
cool.
condition.
It's a cool cover. That would be just like visually. It's a cool, words and things.
Words.
So this one I saw somewhere in the mix. It is, but just from the font and the styles, like, oh, this is kind of like Ninja Turtles, but it's called the Green Gray Sponge Suit Sushi Turtles, and it's a parody of the Ninja Turtles, clearly, and it's on thick cardstock kind of a cover, and then the interior art is just kind of basically just goofy looking Ninja Turtles. Shit. So I just thought it was fun because Ninja Turtle comics are fucking expensive. Like, those are some of the most expensive ones I see just out and about in things that I've checked out. I mean, there's probably other bins, but yeah. So I got this one and it was cheap. So I was like, I think it's the same. I think I spent like $3 and that was the cover price. So it's kind of maintained its value. I'm really happy with it.
Well, like I said, when I opened it, it's never been read because that shit is
Yeah. I mean, it's a thick cover to it, so yeah, it doesn't have any.
It has no give
to,
when you open it.
So we'll see how much that changes over time. if I add more give to it or I just don't read it. So I don't know. Maybe it'll become a thing. Maybe these guys will become big, and one of the dudes' name is Turnip Green. So that's good. All right.
I still got like.
Okay.
I'll go through a couple.
Yeah.
I got Sidekick number 1. I opened it and looked through it. It looked fun. It was a number 1.
Yeah.
So
Image is always it's like alternative comics.
Usually reliable, and I don't know, like I said, like the interior artwork, like the idea. It's like the hero bullies the sidekick.
Is it similar artwork to the cover?
Yes.
Right. So kind of like a
something like a
very simple
Justin,
superhero kind of
just incredible or whatever.
Saves America from the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, the goofy kind of very like cartoony style.
Yes.
Yeah.
I picked up Mephisto versus the Avengers, number 4, and
Mephisto.
He's the devil, son. And
Mephisto is?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And
Mephisto.
he's son of a bitch, Mephisto.
Like that's a weird branding for the devil.
But
out of
this
all
thing
of them.
is from '87, and I swear it looks like it just came off the rack. Like I've bought brand new comics.
Yeah, it looks like a reprint.
That look more dinged up than this. And I was like, okay, for $1, and I like the cover.
Yeah.
And then maybe
especially for the most unique name for the devil in anything.
Mephisto.
Like it's always
It's gonna
like even Cruella DeVille
it's gonna
is
fisto you.
DeVille is
you're about to get fisto.
Yeah, exactly. It's an anti-gay propaganda.
All right, here we go. This is one to save this one for close to the end because this is
the climax, people. Here we go.
Holy shit. The Texas Chainsaw Samurai.
It's what does it look like inside?
It's terrible.
We need to investigate this. What are the details of how many issues do you think? Does it say? Is it
does
one
not
out
say.
of? Is it one?
It says 1.
Okay, so it's black and white. Let's show it on the.
Yeah, here we go.
It's
very.
Not too bad.
It's not.
What year is it?
It's
all right. The thing with like the black and white ones, some of them just get messy.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, the pictures look pretty current.
86.
Yeah.
But like,
that's funny.
Yeah, I should have known from the look of the Corvette.
Right. Yeah, but
it's 86.
You can still buy those cars today.
86.
So,
but no, it's just It's probably terrible. The lady that sold it to me laughed. She was like, she's like, I had to buy this just because of what it was, and I was like, yeah, I was like, me too. I was like, I may never read it, but
that is a thing you'll find. Like just with movies too, you'll find like just crazy, wacky titles and shit. But movies, you're having to sit through potentially for wacky, crazy poster. So this one, I read the first issue, Chew, which is an Image comic, and I saw volume 1 there. And I don't know how long it went, but I enjoyed it. I believe the premise was like he can eat. He gets the memories of the things he eats, and he's a PI or something like that.
Yeah.
I believe something like that. But interesting premise, and I remember looking to try and find other issues for it, and it's one that kind of had a short run a while ago, so it's kind of harder to find.
Yeah.
Or they're pricier. So I found the graphic novel version, the first volume, and add it to the stack of Rat Queens and I think I still need to read the next Sex Criminals. But looking forward to it because it was interesting. It's kind of like kind of reminded me of the Sam and Twitch series. Did I show any of the interior art in here?
Which Kevin Smith is writing for a Sam and Twitch TV show and directing it.
Yeah. So yeah, this is more. I mean, it's definitely not as dark as Sam and Twitch. Sam and Twitch is very much more of like 7.
What's in the Spawn?
Yeah, they're
universe.
Two of they're spin-offs from the Spawn universe. 2 detectives.
I'll save that one. I picked up Evil Dead 2: Revenge of Jack the Ripper. It's a one and done. I like the Evil Dead. That's why I bought it.
Sold.
Like the artwork inside looks fun.
Is it so based on the movie? There's
Ash,
probably like a lot of.
It's just Ash fighting people. Like
yeah,
they'll call it whatever.
that's a franchise I need to revisit.
Yeah,
The movies, because it's been so long.
We should do a review on that.
Yeah.
Then my highlight of the day, the last Fuck Fairyland variant in the run so far. I found there for way cheaper than it fucking goes on the internet.
So
and there was one.
Is this the most recent
release,
or is this
is number 5?
Okay, so the variant from the first volume.
Yeah.
That we first. Okay, cool. Right.
Like I got 3, 4, and 5 were my last ones to get.
Yeah. I mean, it's
the only one that looks like that.
Yeah.
It's
really cool. Yeah. I'm just trying to like how it relates to the. I mean, I guess you wouldn't want to have spoilers on the cover art, so it's like, it was like, well, I mean, knowing how that one ends, but I guess that's not what they're trying to do there.
Yeah,
but it's cool. I like it.
Boom. And then I picked this up off the internet. It's the only other one that I had. It's Old Man Logan #1, the Scotty Young variant.
Right.
In my ongoing Scotty Young collection. Boom.
Cool, man.
So we had fun. We got
so
comics.
Now we need to like read some. I was gonna try and read some yesterday, but that didn't happen, obviously, because I still want to read the fucking.
I want to read
Fight
Nameless
Club 2.
I want to read. There's so many I need to read.
Dude, you got to read Black Science. It's super fast read and it's super fun. But yeah, you got a lot of shit to read too. So maybe we'll do a review on the next comic book episode. But I don't know, man. I can't fucking predict everything we do in life.